And joining us now for a few minutes, Tyrone Truesdell, defensive lineman, former Auburn Tiger, former Florida Gator, now working out for folks on NFL front offices with the College Gridiron Showcase this week. How you doing, man?
I'm doing good.
Good, man. Good deal. Well, pleasure to chat with you for a few minutes. So what are kind of some things that you're working on with your game? How are workouts going as you kind of prep for this next level?
Right now, everything been going good. I've been training, just right now, just focusing on trying to lose a few pounds and trim up some, and focus on like combine stuff, like stuff I do like for my pro day and stuff, just to get me ready.
How many reps at 225 you think you're gonna be able to get up?
See, that's what I can't wait to do. So just right now, without the technique and stuff, I can probably get it at least 28 times.
Oh man.
But right now I'm working on the fundamentals, getting that down, packing stuff, and really I should, once I get that down, I should be able to do it at least 35, 40.
Yeah, that sounds about right. No, you've always been a strong player. There's no question about it. Yeah, I would imagine showing off strength and then short quickness and short bursts would be kind of the biggest things that you want to show, right? You know, that 10-yard shuttle, maybe like a 3-cone, just to show that you can kind of get off and move with power. Is that kind of like your biggest things?
Yes. That's my biggest attributes that I want to show the people, let people see the quickness and the speed, what separates me from a lot of guys, and just try to really just go out and really just get some put some good stuff out there.
Yeah, for sure. Good measurables and stuff. Yeah, that makes sense. As far as scheme and how you use at Florida and you know your role at Auburn as well, how do you think that specifically helps you at the next level?
At the next level, you can repeat that question for me?
Just you know how you were used in the scheme of two different defenses and two different programs. Does that help you as far as, you know, preparing for the next level?
It actually does, because what it shows is can you adapt to the environment that you're in? Can you be the guy that if they need you to do this, even though you haven't done it and you used to something else, can you come in and pick up this scheme? So I feel as though one thing that teams are going to realize is I can come in, I can learn what they want me to do and execute it exactly how they want me to execute it. I showed it just coming into Florida the way I did, the way I stayed in the film room and studying the plays, the way I was able to pick up on everything with so much little time. It really showed what I'm capable of.
So as a defensive lineman, when you're watching film, what specifically are you looking at? I know that's probably an open-ended question, but are you looking specifically at, you know, what guards do in certain situations, or okay, you know, if
when I'm looking at it, I start off with, I work my way from the center and then go out.
Okay.
So I go off the center, since he the first person who touches the ball. I'm watching him. I want to see, do he give off any signs of like where the ball going, how he set up
tendencies type stuff.
Once I get, and then I go from like, if it's teams that he played, how he did against other guys that lined up in front of him. And from that point, I just go from the inside and just work my way out to the guards, then to the tackles. And then after that, I go to the quarterback and running back, see how they set up and stuff. And then I even go to the point where looking at the wide receivers and the tight ends. And
really? Okay.
Yeah, just because the more that you look at film and the more you study all 11 guys, the better you are. the more you can pick up, the better student you are to the game.
Is there a team that gave you, I don't say more trouble than others, but you had to put more time into as far as preparation while you were in the SEC? One that kind of stands above the others?
One that I have always played every year that actually made me really feel as though like you really have to catch on to some of their tendencies. You have to probably look at a lot more is Alabama.
Mm-hmm.
Just because like fundamentally they are sound. It's
Right.
hard to find them little things that can show what they do, because they got like some great players who, of course, they don't really have like little tendencies that they do. You just have to really go out there and play them.
Right.
But if you can find some, then like you like it can benefit you in a lot of ways.
No question. Yeah.
Like those are the only, like they probably like the only team where I really have to really focus and lock in to guess what they're doing.
Mm-hmm. No, that makes sense. That makes sense. And they win a lot, and that's definitely why. So a lot of athletes right now, I think I read the other day, it's like over 1,200 players currently are in the transfer portal. You went through that process a year ago. What exactly goes through your mind once you enter the portal and say, hey, okay, other teams, other coaches, I'm available? How quick do folks start reaching out to you? How quick does all this process kind of get going?
Well, it depends on, like when I did it, I kind of went out on the whim of just going off like it's got to be like me being who I am, somebody's gonna take me.
Yeah.
Like everybody has their own reasons for putting their name out there for different reasons. But the one thing that I can say is once most people who put their name out there, 9 times out of 10, they already got an idea of somewhere where they could end up. Like nobody's putting their name out there without having some type of idea of some type of college to go to. Like it's always a plan to it. And before I put my name in there, I had to come up with a plan. For my first thing was, once I did it, I just started reaching out to some of my coaches back home, like my high school coaches and stuff. Like because you basically go back through the recruiting process when you do, and now you have to do what you did to when you was in high school. Now that's what you got to do as far as finding another place to call home.
So how long were you in the portal before Florida reached out?
I think like a day or two.
Okay. Because you made your decision pretty quick, if I remember correctly.
Yeah. So with me, when I did it, like it's basically like I said, I had like a plan in mind with it. It kind of weighed on me a lot before I did it, but I made sure that I had a plan in mind. And when I did it, I didn't know that Florida was gonna be one of the schools. I actually didn't think I would have got in the SEC school because it was so late in the year.
Right.
So I wasn't even looking at SEC school. But when it started, they reached out to me, a few other schools, and some schools in the Pac-12, and it ultimately came down to Florida or Oregon, where I would have ended up at.
Okay, interesting. During your short stint, playing for Harsin, Coach Harsin at Auburn, how big of a difference was it playing for him, or I guess practicing for him, versus the previous regime playing for Gus?
I mean, the only difference that I say, because I mean, they both kind of have like the same philosophy: work hard and always being a student student of the game, and also having morals as far as going to class, being on time, the thing. Like those are some of the things that they both have in common. Mm-hmm. And it was just like, honestly, it really felt like it was the same. Like I ain't really noticed too much of a difference other than like, of course, it's new coaches, new relationships you have to build.
Right. Gotcha. Well, Tyrone, hey man, really appreciate your time. Means a ton. Thank you for everything you did at Auburn, and of course, cheering you on as you work towards this next step, and hopefully you catch some eyes at the College Gridiron Showcase, man. And like I said, really appreciate it.
Yeah, thank you for having me.